This podcast is a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to find out more. Hey guys, before we start the show, let's do a little role play. I'm you and you're no one. I really like this podcast. It would be cool to see video versions and maybe just hear Mike and Sammy do an extra 5 to 10 minutes at the top of every show. I just realized you can do that on the Patreon, patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys, which is a great way for me to support this podcast that I like by giving a little bit of financial return to every episode I listen to help this independent podcast thrive for the entertainment it brings me each week. I think I'm going to do that because I'm a good person. Roleplay over. Your turn. 50 years after the final Harry Potter book, Harry Potter is now headmaster of Hogwarts, ready to usher in a brand new generation of witches and wizards. My name's Radio Mike, and I love Harry Potter. In fact, I love Harry Potter so much that when I was a kid, I wrote a series of 7 Harry Potter fan fiction novels. This is book 3 in that series. Welcome to Harry Potter and the Cumentors from Azkaban. Everyone, welcome to Harry Potter and the Boys, a fan fiction podcast by me, Radio Mike. We're on book 3, Harry Potter and the Cumentors from Azkaban. Sam Garlip is here as always. Welcome.
I am here as well, nearly always. Sometimes I'm not here.
Sometimes you're not, and that's cool. Sometimes you need a break.
We all have to have those days, whether it's
mental health days.
Yeah,
sick
days.
You always message me and you're like, Mike, I can't do the pod this week. I'm having a mental health day. And I'm like, get your ass here right now.
Yeah.
Or you're fired.
You literally say, fuck mental health.
Yeah.
I've heard him say that.
It's not real. It's a myth. We all know that. Get into work right now.
Mike says just have a cup of concrete.
Yeah.
And get in, which I find
that
rude.
motivates you to get in, doesn't it?
It does, but it kind of triggers me because as a child, cups of concrete were really meaningful in my family.
Really? Why? Did someone have their legs concreted and thrown in a river and fall to the bottom of the river?
Who told you that?
Anyway, so we also have a special guest in studio. Patrons will already know this because we did about a 10-minute bonus. Hear it on Patreon, patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys. But Bella is here.
Patreon Bella, welcome.
Patreonus Bella, welcome.
Press the applause button.
Oh, press the pause button? Applause. There's no applause. Sorry, Patreon. But
welcome, Bella.
Bella is down from Queensland and said, hey, can I come and watch the recording of the show? And she's here. So
I'm
thank
missing
you.
the Ekka for this, guys. So
You're missing what?
The Ekka.
Yeah.
What?
You don't know what the Ekka is?
What's the Ekka?
Oh.
What's the Ekka?
Bella, well, you're a Brisbane native. No, you're a Gold Coast. No, you're a Sunshine Coast native.
Yeah. It's it's the equivalent of your Melbourne Royal show, I guess.
Oh.
But more bogan and
Yeah. So it sucks and it's overpriced and you wouldn't go on any of the rides because they're rickety and some carny set them up.
I imagine it's kind of like the equivalent of the Logies to the entertainment industry. That you want to, you want to shit on it. You're like, oh, it's terrible, but also
you're gonna go.
You want to be there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And they have alpacas and animals.
Yeah, they've got
animals.
See.
Nice.
And the most famous thing from the Ekka is the strawberry sundae things.
Yeah, do you guys have that at your?
No,
but
I
out.
We have them at Macca's.
I just no, not like that. It's because I watch a lot of morning television to find clips for the cheap seats, which I work on. Every single year when the Ekka is on, every show sends down, we've got a reporter on site at the Ekka, and they make their little straw, and you get is it a cup or a cone? I think it's a cone.
I think it's a cone.
And they put a little bit of ice cream, but then they put in maybe some sorbet or something like that, then a strawberry, then some whipped cream, then a strawberry. I don't know.
Yeah, nice.
And then they charge about $6 to $7 for essentially a cone with whipped cream in it.
Oh,
and you see them just littered across the showgrounds.
Yeah.
They're just on the ground. Everyone drops it. Everyone gets their photo. It falls.
Yeah.
They're
blows away.
Don't even worry about it, guys.
But thank you for being here,
We're
Bella.
so happy to have you here. One of our Patreoners is Be Like Bella, patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys. She's a top tier. So
Yeah.
$2,000.
2,000 bucks,
pay
guys.
$2,000
Great
to be.
experience. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
But on display today will be our utmost professional nature, as we always do.
Absolutely. And Sam, I actually wanted to bring something to you this week to top off the show because
Okay. Is this Harry Potter related?
it's Harry Potter and the Boys related.
Oh, no.
And I just want to say that this opinion is not held by anyone on this show. But we actually,
Yeah, well, it's either me or you. So, yeah.
we actually got a review in on Apple Podcasts, which is great. Leave a review. Please leave a review. It's a 5-star review, so don't worry.
I'm actually nervous.
And the title of the review is Yummy. It's from Yeetmaster437. Thanks, Yeetmaster.
I'm going to reserve where I thank them or not until I hear.
Keep in mind, it's a 5-star review.
Oh, no.
And I want to stress again, this is not the opinion held by anyone, and I'm
my
sure
God.
Bella will attest to that.
Oh, my God.
Because this is the content of the review. And if you disagree with this review, I encourage you to leave your own review on the Apple
I haven't got a good
Podcast.
history with reviews, so...
And here it is. This podcast is so freaking yummy.
Okay.
Hate Sammy, though. What? Yeah, what? Which feels like such a sledge on Sammy because part of the reason this podcast is so good is because of like everything you bring to it. But it's like, it's interesting that he's like, this podcast is a 5-star podcast. It's so yummy, but 50% of the hosts I hate. And I'm not sure if it's a joke or not. So just
Sorry, that's end of review.
That's end of review. This podcast is so freaking yummy. Hate Sammy though. 5 stars. I felt
I'm just reading it now.
I wanted you to hear it from
By
me
Yeetmaster
first.
437.
Yeah.
Be original. Just try to be original, Yeetmaster. I mean, obviously, there's obviously 436 other Yeetmasters, so you still couldn't think of a different name.
But I wanted you to hear it from me first, so you
Before I saw it, and hate Sammy.
Yeah.
I mean, look, everyone has their own opinions.
Some are bad.
Some are bad. Some are just plain wrong. Why yummy?
Yeah.
And yummy doesn't make sense.
And
Unless they're joking, which I appreciate it. And it is 5 stars, so I don't know if I can complain.
Yeah. I just wanted you to know, like, that we don't think that. We love Sammy.
Well, if you...
We stan Sammy on this pod.
I guess if you hadn't brought it up at all, I would never have known. And then,
Yeah, but I didn't want you to see it and be like, oh my God, is this what everyone thinks? Which is not.
is it
which
what
isn't.
everyone thinks?
Bella? You, as the voice of the people? Are you
Yeetmaster
the voice
Read
of
out
the
my review.
Bella's come just to hear this.
Just to hate on you live.
Now she mic drops and walks
Yeah,
out
yeah.
of the room. Yeah.
Oh,
I imagine you'd like throw some like almost like flu powder onto the ground. Yeah, it was me. And then you yeet the flu powder.
Diagon Alley.
Yeah.
I am fascinated by hating one of the hosts.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
Yeah.
you would not have a good podcast experience if you hated one of the hosts.
Exactly. Anyway.
It's like what Mike was saying about Hamish and Andy though.
What?
So-
He hates one of the hosts.
No, I
was gonna-
do
I was
that.
gonna
I
say,
never said that. I
That's,
love both
that's cheap
sides.
seats. So I guess I do understand that perspective.
No,
Sammy, do you have any tidbits today?
well-
Bella's seeing how unprofessional this show is.
Look, this is. I didn't have any. I don't have many tidbits because I'm wearing an Australian scarf because
Yeah.
we're out last night watching the Matildas.
yeah, and
play,
this comes out next week, so it's a bit delayed.
So spoiler alert if you haven't watched the game from 8 days ago, 6 days ago.
Yeah.
But we did lose.
I know, I was so annoyed.
but
and
I
that
thought-
goal by Sam Kerr was incredible to equalise it.
One of the best. I mean, I don't watch that much soccer, but that was the best goal I've ever seen. That was the best goal in history.
Sam Kerr from like halfway down the field
Mm-hmm.
gets in possession. She's onside, runs it through 2 defenders.
Yeah.
And then like from probably like,
It was outside the box.
yeah, it was outside the box, just full on boots it, slams into the back of the net.
Yeah, top left corner.
Precision.
It was like three on one, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
She's incredible.
I actually couldn't believe. I haven't previously had a massive appreciation for soccer / football
Yeah.
because of the low scoring nature.
Yeah.
But then it really does build the anticipation for the times that there are scores,
100%. Yeah.
which I have now realised watching that because the excitement I felt and the rest of the pub I was in felt when Sam Kerr got that goal.
Yeah.
Was probably more than a single goal in any AFL game, which I
Yeah,
massively
true, because
follow
they're
Australian
worth
rules.
so much more, aren't they?
Yeah.
As in, like, the goals are worth so much more to the end.
Sorry, yeah, probably not. Yeah, anyway, it was just amazing.
Harry
Anyway,
Potter
anyway,
related, but
it's
yeah.
not Harry Potter related, but I just thought I'd wear my scarf because I felt like it felt like the Triwizard tournament a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
Didn't it?
and there's your time.
Chudley cannons, woohoo!
Hey,
it's actually a netball scarf. It's not a
right.
football scarf.
But yeah, go Matildas. We're so proud of the
I am going
Matildas.
to take it off, and that doesn't mean I hate
The
Australia
Matildas.
now.
No, not at all.
Love them.
Love them. We love Australia.
I am just going to.
Hey, I have something that I want to bring to the show, which is about my mum. So, and it's Harry Potter related.
This is. Okay.
I don't know if I've told you this or said it on the podcast.
Did she blow up like a balloon and float away? Because that's.
No.
I hope not.
No. So, I don't know why this is, but my mum thinks Voldemort's name is Baltimore. So she's always
What?
So like she's always like, oh yeah, Harry Potter, yeah, Baltimore with the nose. She's always like, every time it's on TV or something. Baltimore, yeah. Like she just can't say it right, and you correct it. It's like, no, it's Voldemort. She's like, yeah, Baltimore. And she's always like, it's on TV and she's watching it and she's just like, so what happened to Baltimore's face? Why is his face like that?
God.
It's like, Mum, it's Voldemort. Yeah, Baltimore. She just can't get it. She just doesn't know the name.
Is this only happen with Voldemort? Does it happen with any other characters or any other franchises?
I mean, my mum is notorious for just getting everything wrong and refusing to correct it. Like, she calls Maya, the retail store, Maya's. I'm like, Mum, it's Maya. And then, do you remember, like, Target? Yeah. Target used to have this ad that I think was a bit tongue-in-cheek where they were calling it Target as oh, look, our stuff's good, Target.
Yeah, people do say that,
Yeah, and Mum would start being like, oh, I'm going to Target. I'm like, no, Mum, I don't think it's like...
It's not actually called Target.
Yeah, and she calls KFC Kentucky. Which I get why, but she's just like, oh, do you get Kentucky for dinner? And he's just like, why do you just not say stuff right?
Why do you not say things good?
Yeah,
Mum.
it is that. Do your parents have anything like that?
No, they're normal. No, they're not. So she's calling it Voldemort.
Baltimore.
Like Baltimore, like the place in America?
I guess
Baltimore
so.
Ravens?
I think she's just like, yeah, Baltimore, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
I'd love it if it's like, the bad guy's Baltimore and then, Chicago Potter and, I don't know, Massachusetts.
It wasn't there, there was Chalk Washington or something.
Yes, that's it. There's Boxley, Washington, and one.
And then you said Chalk, Massachusetts, or Cheese, Massachusetts.
Cheese, Massachusetts. Sorry, yes,
funny.
because anyway.
Hey Bella, is this fun?
This is great. I'm loving it.
Yeah, sorry, Bella is still here. I realised we should be calling Bella being in the Harry Potter world Bellatrix.
Bellatrix. What house are you in? Would you say? You don't read Harry Potter, do you?
Okay, well, I don't want to say it on the podcast. Everyone's going to get me.
Yeah, Bella actually has never read or seen Harry Potter.
But I think that means you are a true fan of the podcast. Then.
I'm actually enjoying Sammy on the podcast.
Yeah,
out there, do not hate Sammy.
But Bella loves the chit chat. She's a chit chat fanatic.
I'm pro chit chat.
Pro chit chat. Yeah, PCC.
Awesome. We love that.
No, I don't know which house.
Okay.
I'm in. So.
I'm feeling a
feel free to guess.
Ravenclaw vibe from you.
Okay, that's great.
Or a Gryffindor.
That's good.
Or a Slytherin.
Maybe
a Hufflepuff. It could be any. We'll never find out.
Could be
Only you
House.
can tell us. Well, shall we get into the double F?
Yeah.
Unless you've got another tidbit.
Well, actually, last night when I was out watching the Tillies, the Australian women's football team.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's friend.
Have I met her?
You've met her.
Is she on the list?
Yeah, she's on the list.
Okay, cool. You already told me.
Yeah.
Because I did text Sam this week being like, hey, do you remember at the Harry Potter and the Boys live show some of your friends came and I met them? Like, what are their names? And you told me.
Sorry, this is to do with Mike. This is for those just joining us.
My list of everyone I've ever met. Yeah.
Which is just...
Which is still growing.
And it's now taking over my life where you're texting me asking for people's names, which... So you say it doesn't affect me, but it does. I'm now taking time out of my day to text you people's names.
I think I met your grandma at your live show as well. What's her name?
Barbara.
Barbara.
Or Barbie J.
Barbie.
You call it, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
Should we call it Barbie J?
Well, I'm going to put Barbara Garlep on the list.
I feel, you can.
Yeah,
but,
cool.
Okay.
Sorry. So your girlfriend's friend.
She announced, she's like, guess what I booked in for? I'm like, oh, what's that? She's like, I'm seeing a witch this week.
What?
She's booked in to see a witch.
Oh, I hate that. I don't like that.
Why? Witch, that means they're real. Witches and wizards are real.
Anyone who's like, oh, I'm getting my fortune told, or I'm going to see like, what does a witch do?
Well-
Isn't it supposed to be like a psychic?
But no, she's described herself as a witch.
Which what would she do? Like, what is she going to give you like a potion with like cat hair in it and be like, yeah, this will give you good luck?
I think they are doing tarot. Like tarot is involved.
So she's a psychic that's branding herself as a witch.
Yeah, smart.
Not really. That's dumb.
No, because then it implies that she can do something. It's not just passive. It's not like she's not. Then she can do something about it.
Yeah.
So she's seeing this witch.
Does she have a wand, or is she more like a broomstick?
I'm waiting to
and
find out.
Pointed hat witch. Yeah.
If she wears a pointed hat, then okay. Get even worse. It's like $200. And
robbery. That to me is a robbery.
I mean, yeah. If you're really a witch, would you be charging? But you could probably just make
magic
money.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you can't. So, okay. The other part is it's over Zoom.
Oh my God. And you still have to pay $200.
Yeah.
Even if the internet's faulty and you're like, can you hear me?
Yeah. And how do you feel how do you feel the vibe from
a Zoom
a Zoom call?
Wow. I wonder if I can just start calling myself a wizard and charge people $200 to...
Imagine how much money this witch is making.
If she's doing what? Is it an hour? You get an hour
max,
for $200?
Yeah.
You're doing 8 of those a day, $1,600 off being a witch.
And just flipping over some cards and going, oh, yeah.
Imagine putting, when you fly...
it's a rabbit jumping through a puddle. Means, you know what that means?
What?
Rabbit jumping through a puddle.
You going to a water park?
You're going to a water park and also you're going to drown soon.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Watch out for water.
I was going to say, when you go overseas and you fill out the customs form on the plane?
Yeah.
Does she put witch?
Oh,
or
yeah.
Does she put
Occupation,
entertainer?
Oh.
Like you'd put
Unemployed,
entertainer, right?
probably.
Yeah. What do you put on that?
I haven't been overseas in a while. I just put deadbeat.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Deadbeat dad.
Yeah. Okay, but you're not a dad, so you're lying.
Yeah, but, just to see if they pick it up.
Last time I went overseas, I wasn't in the... Oh, no, I was. I think I just put producer.
Maybe I just put media.
Media.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what I put. I did go to overseas last year.
Just put writer.
Yeah, but that just seems a bit...
wanky.
Well, and also like, what if they're like, okay, where's your... I don't know.
Okay, Bella, chit chat check. Is this good?
Yeah, chit chat's good. 10 out of 10.
I've just realised... I just realised how low energy we got when Bella came in with much higher energy than us.
All right.
Anyway,
we're getting the laptop out. We're picking up our... I was watching.
So I can't believe... Anyway.
That is insane. That is a waste. What does she hope to get for it?
Oh, just see if her chakras are in line or something like that.
Yeah, okay. Like if she gives me $200, I'll tell her anything she wants to hear.
It seems like it's a bit of, I don't know, life advice day. I feel like, when you're in a bit of a spot.
Yeah.
That's when you look for
But you know what?
answers elsewhere.
I hate, no offense, guys, I hate anyone who says...
Who sounds like it's not going to offend anyone.
Who says that they're like a personal coach or
Life coach. Oh.
It's like,
oh my God.
You don't have any qualifications. Like, go see a psychologist or a therapist. Do not see fucking Dave who's like, I'm a life coach. I'll help you get back on track. I'll help you achieve your goals. I'm like, no.
Because if you're a life coach, you didn't succeed in life already.
If you're a life coach, go and do a psychology degree and become a psychologist. Don't be like, so what are your goals? Oh, I want to run a marathon. All right, start running every day. We'll check in next week. Like,
exactly.
Anyone can be a life coach. Why do you... Anyway.
And I feel like the only advice is like, oh, how do I become a life coach? I don't know. That's what I did.
Yeah.
So what experience did I have?
I was in a slump. Nothing was working for me and I wanted to make a lot of money. So I became a life coach. We pick up the fan fiction though.
Should we get into the double F?
Yeah, we probably should.
I'm so sorry, everyone. And so sorry, Bella. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here. Now, last chapter, I think we had a class with Cheeseman Damo where he took them into the... Is this right, Bella? Have you listened?
Yeah.
He took them into the girls' toilets to teach them about bog farts, which are related to the boggart,
Yes.
but not the same. And I think the spell was restinculus, and they had a good class, and Cheeseman Damo seems quite normal. Do you have any fan theories or thoughts on where it's going, Bella?
I have none because I haven't read the books, so I don't even know what the original book's
Yeah,
going,
but you can still...
let alone the tribute.
It's actually true. So, like, when you see Cumentors, you don't know about Dementors, do you?
I have the, Harry Potter's
Osmosis,
huge,
yeah.
so you take
Yeah,
it on
yeah.
or whatever. But now sitting here, you guys are actually missing on normally me Googling like 300 questions being like, what does this mean?
Which you're allowed to.
Why don't you do that?
You can
Off camera.
Yeah, do it.
You can still Google things if you want. And
I'll just cut it out. No, I won't.
and I feel like you can, and if you have any
If you have any
questions or-
quips,
You guys do a pretty good job of making it approachable for someone who hasn't read or watched the...
that's awesome. You should leave a review.
Already left a review.
Oh, have you?
Can I leave more than one?
Oh, you have left a review.
Okay, so
Yeet Master 457.
okay, yeah, exactly. And also, you can't be exactly. How can you be the Yeet Master if there's 400 others of you? So you're not the master of
Guys,
yeeting.
Bella isn't Yeet Master.
Bella, no, sorry, I wasn't addressing. I was addressing Yeet Master in the.
Yeah.
My lawyer will be in contact.
You know what? I'm going to put this out there. I hate Yeet Master.
Wow. Thanks, Mike.
There you go.
I love that. Thank you for that solidarity.
So, Sam,
They're probably joking.
possibly. Bella, why don't you... How do we always start the fanfic? Sam,
Oh, it's
tell
hard to
Sam.
say.
Tell Sam what to do.
I feel like we read the title of the chapter.
Oh, it's all coming back to me now.
Sam, take it away, mate.
All right, here we go. Chapter 15. Quidditch, I guess?
Okay. Out of ideas, I guess.
Yeah. I guess we should do some Quidditch.
We haven't had a Quidditch match for a while. I think there was just one in the first book.
And what happened in that one?
I don't know.
Not much.
I don't know.
I do like Quidditch, and I was just talking about the Chudley Cannons earlier. So
It is interesting in Harry Potter, actually, because it does really feel like every Quidditch game Harry Potter plays, something goes wrong. Someone tries to attack him. Someone tries to jinx his broom. Someone tries to kill him.
yeah, can you just have a normal game of sport? We don't have to worry about external factors.
Why is there no Quidditch game where it's like, oh yeah, like we played well, we did lose, but like no one tried to kill
Yeah,
me?
had a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good to
gee.
get out there on the pitch. We're going to hit hard in training, but couldn't bring it home for Gryffindor this time.
Hufflepuff were just too good on the day.
Yeah.
They came to play.
Instead of like, oh, we did win, and I'm in the hospital because someone tried to kill me, but I still won the game.
Yeah, and someone else broke their arm or someone, yeah.
Yeah. It's too good.
Why can't a game just be a game?
Just have a normal Quidditch game.
Have some fun out there, guys.
Yeah. Anyway. I can't tell J.K. Rowling what to do now. If I could, the world would be a different place.
I have also seen, I think we've probably talked about this as well, but the criticism of Quidditch as a sport.
Yeah.
Where finding the snitch just seems to be a completely separate sport
Yeah.
to Quidditch. Like they've likened it to, because like the actual thing, you're scoring all these points up and down with the
Quaffles.
with the quaffles.
Yeah.
And then suddenly some kid catches a snitch out in the car park.
Yeah. So it's like if you were watching the NBA, you're watching basketball, they're slamming in, they're dunking it, 3-pointers, it's so exciting. And then like all of a sudden the commentator just goes, all right, and the game is over because Tim's caught the snitch out in the car park.
Or the frog. He's just caught a frog.
The
yeah.
magic frog
Yeah.
out in the car park. It's like completely unrelated to
Yeah. Which, back to the World Cup and soccer,
Oh yeah.
that's what I feel like when... Sorry, is that all right?
Yeah. I'm just keeping in mind we haven't even started the fanfic.
Shit. Just, okay, really quickly. Because in soccer in the World Cup, they play the whole thing of soccer. They go to if it's even at the end, they go to extra time. And then they go
Penalty
to a
shootout.
penalty shootout, which seemed... Penalty shootouts, it's a completely different sport to the rest of it.
Nail biting. Like it's so intense, but I get what
It's
you
so
mean.
unfair. It's like...
Yeah, because
You can be great at soccer.
it is
You're like, oh, well.
yeah, as a goalie, you'd feel that like I feel like and all soccer fans are going to tell me how wrong I am, but I'm just going to say it.
We love hate on this podcast.
As the goalie, there's a lot of downtime in soccer.
Yeah.
A lot of the time you're spending just like, the ball's on the other side. I don't have to do too much here.
Yeah.
Maybe every 10 minutes, every 5 minutes, it's coming down. You might not even have to save it. Like someone will kick it out before you even get to it, right?
Yeah.
And then suddenly in penalty shootouts, you're like, oh God, this is
main
my
character.
Yeah, now it's all me. And I'm like, all the guys had to do was get one goal in. Now I've got to block all of them, which is impossible.
Because at first everyone's like focusing on Sam Kerr, like the strikers, like, oh, they're so good with it. And then suddenly the siren goes at the end. They're like, okay, who's
the whistle?
Whatever. Like, who's the no? You're like, oh, now I've got who's the goalkeeper again?
Yeah,
it's Mackenzie Arnold.
Yeah, that being
we
said,
all knew that.
Mackenzie Arnold.
I'm just talking about
such a good job.
in general.
Yeah.
Like the French team had no idea who they were.
But I do feel like the goalie has the most and least pressure on them simultaneously.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think in the last few minutes, you're probably like, God, I hope you're looking at it might be a penalty shootout. You're probably like, oh God, I hope we please score a goal.
Yeah.
Please score a goal before the whistle goes.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
let's pick it up.
Quidditch, I guess.
Quidditch?
We're starting. After a bunch of classes, I guess it was time for a Quidditch game because I don't know. That's the sentence.
I guess
because I don't know.
I love how J.K. Rowling maps out the whole year. You know, this is the Quidditch fixture. These are the class titles. I'm like, I guess now we'll do Quidditch. Maybe we'll do potions next.
Even though you'd imagine Quidditch goes throughout the year, but they just don't. They only talk about it once a year.
Yeah.
It was Gryffindor versus Slytherin because that seems about right.
It always is. It always is.
Exactly. We haven't watched. I've never heard of us watching a Hufflepuff versus Ravenclaw Quidditch match.
No.
Why didn't they have that?
Yeah. Why can't Harry be in the stands for Hufflepuff versus Ravenclaw? Going to support Justin Finch-Fletchley.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, do you reckon he's on the team?
I reckon he could have been.
Who's on the Ravenclaw team?
Well, I know Cedric Diggory was the seeker for Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
And I think Cho Chang was the seeker for Ravenclaw.
Was, yeah.
But we don't really hear much else from those teams.
Yeah. I would just... wouldn't it have been great if in the books they had just done a Ravenclaw versus Hufflepuff? So we can just observe as neutral supporters.
You know what else? Why are all the seekers in Quidditch key characters in Harry Potter's life?
Wow.
So Malfoy's the Slytherin seeker, key character in Harry's life. Cho Chang, Ravenclaw. Cedric is Hufflepuff. What a coincidence. All these focal characters are the seekers.
Massive coinky dink.
Yeah, huge. Anyway, let's do line 2 of the
I think because to be a seeker, you've got to have that main character energy.
Yeah, you do. Like Ron couldn't be a seeker. No offense, Ron. You just couldn't.
He's dead.
He's dead in this,
Okay.
In this timeline. The dark timeline.
Here we go. The boys made up the entire Gryffindor Quidditch team, while the Slytherin team was now captained by John Mooney, who, with his twin brother Squid, were the Slytherin beaters.
Squid and John always getting a run since the first book, yeah.
Terry Fahrenheit was the new Slytherin seeker. I love that name.
I love Terry Fahrenheit, but also for people at home, it's not spelt Fahrenheit the way
it's meant to be.
There's the temperature. It's Fahren and then height as in like tall, short. Yeah.
How do
Terry Fahrenheit.
Because the way you really spell Fahrenheit.
It's H-E-I-T, I think, without the G-H, I would think. Bella, you look like you'd know. Okay, Bella doesn't know. Bella doesn't know.
Yep. So Terry Fahrenheit was the new Slytherin seeker, and I guess Mailboy was a chaser or something.
Okay.
Anyway, it doesn't even matter. The Slytherins rocked up to the pitch all wearing their Quidditch uniforms, and Squid and John were wearing sandals, which looked idiotic. Sandals again.
They do look idiotic.
But they're popping up everywhere, aren't they?
They are popping up.
Wow.
Flopping up.
Just sandals. What kind of sandals do you think?
For some reason I'm imagining Crocs, but they're not are Crocs sandals?
Bella?
I want to say no. I think sandals, I'm picturing like the kind of like the Jesus-y kind of ones.
Yeah.
Straps.
Yeah,
I feel
okay.
like you'd have straps
Okay.
to be a sandal.
Or jellies. Remember jellies? Jelly sandals? You're joking.
I'm not joking.
They're like, really? You don't remember jellies?
Are they like squishy? Is that why they're called jellies?
Yeah, but they walked so Crocs could run.
Okay.
But they were completely plasticky.
Yeah, right.
But like, they had holes in them. But, oh my God, I can't believe you don't know jelly.
What about like Birkenstocks? They're sandals. They're definitely sandals.
Yeah.
Birks.
Yeah, but then...
They're a bit
new. They're
new.
not new.
Trendy and hipster.
They're trendy now. They're not new. But, okay.
Okay.
So they're wearing some kind of sandals.
Yeah. Doesn't really matter, I guess.
On their way down to the Quidditch pitch, the boys heard stereotype French music playing. Again, you don't know the word stereotypical. Why don't you know that?
Stereotype.
And they knew exactly what that meant. Monsieur Chargér was in the vicinity.
Was in the vicinity. I love that the sound of France follows Monsieur.
Yeah, just a bit of like a squeeze box.
I love that, like, if in Star Wars, like, every time Darth Vader comes, there's the Imperial March.
Well, I mean, there is.
Yeah, but I would love that that was actually playing in the world, like, not just for us, the viewers. Like, Darth Vader has a brass band playing the Imperial March whenever he walks anywhere.
I'll tell you what, it would make the Force way less impressive because Luke's like,
oh, he's here.
He's here. And everyone's like, yeah, I can hear. You can hear the dun, 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 dun. It's really loud. We all heard it, Luke. No.
I think it's the Force. No,
I can feel it.
We can hear the orchestra.
We all heard it.
We can actually see the bassoonist. The oboist is there. Ah, yep, there's the violins.
And that stormtrooper came out and said, he's coming!
Bella didn't laugh at that. Did you not think it was funny?
I don't want to be laughing in the background of all of the clips.
You can't sit there not laughing when we're telling a joke. Do you know how unconfident that made
Everyone
me?
just imagine that I'm laughing. I'm laughing silently.
Okay.
You just, everyone picture it.
I was like, oh my God, me and Sam think this is hilarious. And Bella, the listener, is like,
No, I love the Star
laughing.
Wars stuff because I have watched Star Wars.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, well, you don't, anyway, no, but now it feels like we're telling her to laugh.
No, don't, you just do you. We're not even going to look at you.
But I have had that, the most, now it feels rude. Although the least confident I am before every stand-up show I've ever done is
when Bella's in the audience.
I know she's there because her theme song starts playing. No, it's always the tech rehearsal before you start the run because you're always you're like, oh, okay, new show, whatever. But then it also, the tech person for some reason always has the least, except for a few, have just the least sense of humor at all. So they're the first person. Sometimes you kind of get up and doing a mic check. You might just do a few gags.
Yeah.
And you kind of just eye off to see, what's the tech person think that's good, and then just like.
And they almost like, they don't even look up. They're just
react.
like, I'm just doing
I'm like, I'm thinking this has been some good gear. And
Yeah.
He's like,
mate.
sounds
Good
good.
work, mate. Yeah,
And
we're
I'm
all
like-
good to go, mate.
I'm like, okay, maybe this whole show's gonna be a disaster and it's not funny.
And that is what usually happens with your shows.
Well,
But have you seen any of Sam's stand-up?
No, I actually haven't.
Next
So
year,
I've
Comedy
not been in
Fest.
the audience. Yeah, next year.
if you want.
Free tickets for you and 12 friends. Sam already told me. That's our special gift to
Oh,
you.
that's so lucky. I mean, I paid $2,000 to be here.
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like
true.
surely I get
You
it.
paid
It's
for
part of the
100
package.
tickets.
It's part of the package. It is part of the package.
All right.
All right. Here we go.
Page 2 of the...
Monsieur Chargér was in the vicinity. Just stay away from us, Rob yelled as he came by, apparently to wish them luck for the game ahead. Oh, get it? As in Mr. Chargér was going to wish them luck. Mon ami! What does that say?
Pourquoi?
Pourquoi?
Isn't that why in French?
Mon ami, pourquoi would I be Mr. Chargér in disguise? Pourquoi? Pourquoi? I'm a simple Frenchman who is expert in pochonnet, said Monsieur Chargér. I do not know this Mr. Chargér you speak of. I am Winston Chargér. We know you're Mr. Chargér in disguise. Leave us alone, Luke said. Now, how's my French accent going?
I love it.
I just need a bit of like a,
Yeah.
I need to get into it. Baguette,
Boulangerie.
boulangerie, Emily in Paris.
I like that show. It's a fun show. Fun little show.
I have now watched some of it
Yeah.
because Mel watched
Because of
some.
Mel? Yeah, that's why I've watched.
And what? Because of Mel?
Yeah,
My
because of
girlfriend.
Mel, we were hanging.
You were watching Emily in Paris with my girlfriend?
No. My old housemate used to love it. And Claire watches
It's
it a
so
bit.
dumb and bad.
But it's like,
It's so
fun.
Why are these things good to hate watch? Maybe that's why people watch this.
I don't
listen to
hate, I
this.
didn't think it was that
Not
bad.
hate watch, but it's like
It's cringy.
They're gonna do this. No. Oh, now why are they? It's anyway.
Okay. We know you.
Let's just go. Keep going. If I was Mr. Chargér, why wouldn't I just kill you? Pourquoi? Do you think I have some secret long-term plan I am trying to pull off? That I am biding my time here at Hogwarts? Taking notes on Harry Potter and what he is doing? Keeping him at arm's reach and making sure this plan works perfectly? He said. Shut the fuck.
You do have to take him at face value.
Yeah.
Why would he be doing that?
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah, do you think I'm biding my time here at Hogwarts taking notes on Harry Potter?
Yeah.
What is he doing? But does he only need to take more? I mean, he's worked there for... Well, we're assuming it is Mr. Chargér.
Yeah, but he does have a point. Like, what if he wants to kill the boys? Why doesn't he just kill them?
I don't know.
Well, we'll have to keep reading to find
Oh,
out.
sorry, yeah. Anyway, in me trying to do... I'm trying to do it French, but read it how Mike has written it at the same time. So
Yeah.
what is funny is I would... If you say this in a French accent, I
Yeah.
would think it as this.
Yeah.
Right? So you might write it
True.
as Z-I-S or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But what you've done is written it T-H-I-Z.
This.
This.
Which maybe is
make
more
sure this-
Italian. Make sure this a plan.
Make
to
sure
work perfectly.
this plan works perfectly and we can make Baltimore alive again.
This whole character, I feel like, is that like when you go to our high school in year 7 and 8, you learn French.
Yeah,
So I feel like-
a lot of high schools I think do
Do you
French.
reckon they still do? French? I don't know. Like, okay, French is more usable than Italian. Like, because a lot do Italian. Chinese is definitely like the most usable. Like, even
Yeah.
we did Japanese, but you're like, nowhere other than Japan would you
It is
use
interesting
it.
that we did Japanese because I guess when I grew up I was like, Japan's a lot smaller than
Yeah. And it's like a big country that's like significant in the world. But it's like you would only speak Japanese in Japan. You wouldn't go anywhere else in the world and Japanese is the main language. Whereas France, some places in Canada.
Spanish. We should have done
Yeah,
Spanish.
Spanish is very lucrative.
I wish I had done that.
Mandarin Chinese.
But I guess doing something, doing Japanese, doing an Asian language, it is that isn't based off the Latin languages. Probably more.
Yeah,
helpful.
true.
Anyway.
Bella, do you learn any languages?
Yeah, I did French.
Oh,
Like a tiny bit of.
oh, so you understand
Well,
everything.
Yeah,
so
no,
you understand every word of this.
That's super authentic. Love that. Really good. It's great.
You don't need a translator.
Good. Okay, how long have we been going for? Fuck. Okay, all good.
Oh,
it's,
that's, you know.
It's going to be a long episode. That's Bella's fault. If you
Sorry, guys.
can't get it done in your... No, it's actually our fault. We were just
Whatever.
talking way too much.
Oh well, we're having a bit of fun.
Yeah. Harry Potter and the boys will be right back. Excuse this interruption, teachers and students. Another reminder that we actually post clips from this podcast on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. Just look up at HPATB Pod or Radio Mike on YouTube. As well as that, again, I'd like to remind you that if you like the podcast and you listen every week, please support us on Patreon. Get full video versions. Sit down, make yourself dinner, watch me and Sam laugh our heads off while we do this podcast. Watch it happen in real time. Not in real time, really. Anyway, I'm rambling. You can also rate this podcast 5 stars on Spotify. Leave a review. Make sure you show Yeetmaster467 why he's so wrong. I would love everyone to do a review now on Apple Podcasts being like, Yeetmaster457 sucks. Sammy is amazing. Because that's the official stance of the show. And also, if you want to hear more of me, check out my other podcast, 20th Century Boy. It's available wherever you're listening to this podcast, and episodes go out every Thursday. So, add it to your list of weekly podcasts. All right, back to the show.
Shut the fuck, yelled Michael. Come on, guys. We've got Quidditch to play. And I know we all hate Quidditch, but anything is better than him, said Michael. So it's Michael twice in a row. But you usually like to share it
like
around.
100 boys to choose from.
Yeah.
Just been like, no, Michael said both of those things.
And I love it that they're like, I know we hate Quidditch,
Yeah.
which is different because you assume everyone loves it.
Yeah.
And they're all on the team. If they all hate it, surely someone else will make the team. Yeah.
Also, there's 7 positions on a Quidditch team, but I think there's only 6 boys.
Maybe
Michael, Rob, Luke, Lockie, Sam, and Tom. Maybe Harold is in there.
maybe Derek. Oh no,
Derek's
he's
an
not.
expelled.
Oh, that's
he
true.
plays on the expelled team with assumingly just Timmy. Because I think there was a chapter in the first book where Derek played them and it was just him.
That's hilarious.
Playing all the parts.
Okay. At the Quidditch pitch, Harry stood up to start the game, holding Socky Potter in his hands. Hey guys, Socky and Harry here. Socky's going to start the game off by singing the national anthem. Socky then said,
Oh, Harry, I don't know the national anthem. Don't put me on the spot.
Oh, Socky, you bantam cock.
What? Excuse me? You bantam cock.
This feels way ruder now that Bella's in the room.
Yeah, it actually does.
Oh, Socky, you bantam. What's a bantam?
Isn't that like a weight in boxing?
Yeah, like a
featherweight,
bantamweight. But that must be based on something. Maybe it's maybe it's an animal or something.
Amy will tell us. It's not Harry Potter related, but she'll look it up for us.
Oh, Socky, you bantam cock. We all love you, though. The national anthem is this. Oh, Hogwarts, oh, the Queen, oh, America.
I love that you committed
Harry
to that.
replied.
You could have just spoken that, but you made the anthem.
Yeah, and I've completely made that up, so that's what it is now.
Is this Socky?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, let the game begin, and wishing both teams success.
Socky said in his high-pitched Harry-like voice. That is a very good pun.
Success.
Socky's funnier than Harry. As Harry looked at the crowd with a wink and like, come on, that was pretty good. And the quaffle was released.
Come on, guys.
Success.
Success. Pretty good. Hey, Socky,
good.
that's pretty good from you.
Yeah. And the quaffle was released.
It's also funny because Socky's a sock puppet, but on the cover of the podcast, Dave Ferrier, who draws the artwork, has drawn him as like a sock puppet, but not like, you know how sock puppets you do this, but I think it's like just a hand puppet more. Anyway, doesn't really
I
matter.
really need to see that now, I think.
Oh,
I can't remember it.
I don't let's do it later.
We'll do it later, but...
Yeah, we'll do it later.
The guys flew onto the pitch and the quaffle was released. Blade, Lockie's
Did that
dad...
just hang on. Come on, that was pretty good. And the quaffle was released. The guys flew onto the pitch and the quaffle was released.
You didn't even check one line back. There's no editing in this thing. Blade, Lockie's dad, was in the audience. Spectator. Was in the audience spectator.
Spectator seats, maybe?
Or
He
was in
was
the
a
audience
spectator?
spectating?
Yeah, spectating.
But he seemed
We
more...
might never know. That's the beauty of the book. We might never know.
Even when you sit down with the author, I still can't find out.
Who knows what he could have been thinking?
I haven't seen many of those interviews like with J.K. Rowling around. And so what was the thinking behind when Harry was dropped off as a baby? Oh, I don't know.
I really don't know.
I honestly don't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was at the cafe writing it on the napkin and this thought came to me.
Not sure.
And I'm like, I'm going to become a billionaire. I'm going to make $1 billion off this napkin.
Wow, she did. Yeah.
And she did. $1 billion later.
Lockie's dad was in the audience spectator, but he seemed more interested in hitting on Professor Granger than watching the game. So, what's your bra size?
The old classic.
Yeah,
when hitting on a woman, just ask
them
her
their
bra size.
I think.
Get an idea of how big or small her boobs might be.
Yep.
Sorry, Bella.
Sorry. I'm just not looking up.
Sam didn't write this, so blame me. When you, yeah.
There's no HR here, by the way, just in case.
There's not even an exit survey on your way out.
I just like that being the hitting on her as if like that's not the most visual thing of all.
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Like it's like you just guess. Like
Yeah.
you're there.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're not going to do that.
Ask something more that you can't. Yeah, you can't see. Like, what's your favorite bra? As the game was going, Lockie noticed Squid Mooney. Squid flew over to Lockie. Watch out today. I'm not supposed to tell you this, but they're planning something. Not the Slytherins. Them. I only know because my... don't tell anyone I told you, he said.
Interesting. Interesting. That's all I can say.
That was
interesting.
Squid.
That was Squid Mooney. We love a bit of squid.
Yeah. Planning something. Lockie wondered what they could possibly be planning. A birthday party for Terry Fahrenheit?
Terry Fahrenheit.
That's what he's wanted.
Never gets old.
But as Gryffindor was leading the score 60-30, his worst fears were confirmed. He had, of course, heard of the Cumentors from Azkaban, but as they flew ever closer to the Quidditch pitch, he certainly felt their effect. Oh, God. As did all of the boys. As the Slytherin students all flew off the pitch, and Squid looked back earnestly. Come on, hurry up, get off, John Mooney called to his team. Okay. So, what's happening? The boys looked in disarray as... I don't know if that... Okay, sure. The boys looked in disarray as 15 enormous white floating creatures who basically looked like Dementors, except white and dripping in what appeared to be some sort of sticky white substance all over their cloaks and skeleton-like hands.
Could be condensed milk or something.
Let's go with that.
You don't know.
Even though I'm feeling like it's not.
Well,
like
you
it's
don't
something
know.
else.
You really don't know. Again, we might never know.
We might never know.
Unless it explicitly says.
Which I feel like it might. I don't know. They looked into the crowd, who were all screaming. Harry Potter had stood up, hopefully to save the day. Expecto Patronum! He yelled, and the familiar silver stag burst from his wand. Sorry, everyone, you're on your own. Harry jumped on the stag and rode it back to the castle.
Can you jump on a Patronus? Like, you can't ride a Patronus.
I don't think so.
They're like spirit animals.
Yeah, but Harry's figured it out. That is so funny.
He's done some magic to
Thinking he's saving the day, and you're like, all right, I'm out of here.
Yeah. Imagine that in the movie where you see him come and use the stag, and then he's like, Hermione, you're on your own. I'm riding him away.
Oh, that's great. As he went, he yelled out, by the way, I'm locking the castle because I'm terrified of those things. As Harry sped away from the castle, Socky Sockson fell off his hand from the force of the wind. Harry said, I'll come back for you, Socky. To which he replied in Socky's voice,
you don't have to.
Oh, sorry.
Sam handed me his microphone.
I've never done that.
And I'm holding one. Give me a lead in. I love a lead in.
I'll come back for you, Socky.
No worries, Harry. I'll be okay. Don't worry about me. Save yourself.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Well, I mean, I have to now.
It is funny that one of the only voices that we've decided that you'll do is one where it is the same person doing the voice. So that is funny. Everybody was scared and frightened, but the Cumentors were getting closer. And with that, they brought darkness, stormy weather, cold feelings. Even the adults that wanted to help, like Lockie's father, Professor Granger, Cheeseman Damo, couldn't. You see, the Cumentors removed all feelings of horniness until you're just empty and can't do anything. Without being horny, what is our motivation to live?
That's surprisingly philosophical for a 13-year-old.
And while I'd say it's surprisingly, or not surprisingly, I feel like, yes, of course, that's all that's on your mind as a 12-year-old.
But also, they do say that at the core of it, everything we do is based around eating and reproducing. At the end of the day, like those are our biological essentials.
Why are we doing this then?
Well,
I'm out of here.
I haven't. I've been wanting to get closer to you.
You haven't eaten today. Anyway, no. Oh. Moving on. Out of the corner of his eyes, he noticed something. Monsieur Chargér, watching on in shock.
Who noticed that? There's no subject of this. It's like everybody was scared or frightened, blah, blah, blah. Even the adults couldn't help. The Cumentors did this out of the corner of his eyes.
That's so true. And the last person we're talking about was Harry, who's gone.
I guess it's just one of
the boys. One of the boys noticed. The Cumentors began to swoop on several of the Hogwarts students, but all of the female students were avoided. Oh, okay. Instead, the boys noticed the Cumentors targeting only other male students and teachers, their skeleton hands pulling down... Oh, God.
So, Bella, you agreed to be here today and you know the subject matter of this podcast.
I'm here of my own free will.
Yeah. Yeah. And you did sign some paperwork.
Yeah.
But I didn't write this, and I am being forced to read this.
I didn't write this, but a version of me did. So
That
you know,
it's
I
such
do
a-
take part responsibility, but not full.
That's such a toxic masculinity kind of thing. Like, babe, that was the old me. That was the old me.
The old me wrote that. I'd never write that now. Come on.
Come on. Gaslighting. Anyway. Okay, here we go. Instead, the boys noticed the Cumentors targeting only other male students and teachers. Their skeleton hands pulling down their victims' pants. Their ghostly white oozy liquid covered mouths wrapping hard around their penis.
And they did say, didn't the first chapter of the book say there would be dick sucking in this book?
I'm so sorry. But are the Cumentors putting their mouths around all the boys' penises?
Male characters, I guess, yeah. You got to suck out your soul.
Oh no.
What?
Anyway, I'm just guessing what's happening, but I'm not sure. What are they doing? Rob yelled. I don't know, but I'm going to. But whichever boy said that couldn't complete his sentence because each of the boys began to fall from their brooms hard onto the ground below them.
Now, is that saying they fell hard or they were hard?
Oh, God. And the Cumentors immediately stopped what they were doing to their current victims and moved the pitch toward the boys, not before leaving one victim in the rafters of the Quidditch pitch, completely sucked dry of cum.
Wow. That's terrible. Well, you wouldn't want that.
No, and it's really bad.
And that's amazing because, I'm sorry to have to medically do this, but your boys are generating so much cum. Like the replacement value is instant. So to get it all out is pretty hard.
I'm gonna not comment.
Sorry, guys.
Medically speaking, that's nigh on impossible. And
magically speaking.
Yeah, which exactly. I guess this is why these Cumentors are so dangerous. That's what we're really trying to say.
Yeah.
So the Cumentors headed to the boys and began shuffling off their pants.
No.
This is such a Anyway, I can't tell if you've kind of written this sexually, but not.
But also, some random student got their cum sucked out of them.
Yeah. Well, here we go. We're going to have this explained in detail. You see, like Dementors, the Cumentors also like to suck out your soul, but they do it in different ways. The Dementors suck out your soul through your mouth, but the Cumentors suck your soul out by sucking out all of your cum from your dick. So there is no longer any cum left, and once you lose all your cum from the sucking, which is admittedly quite a pleasurable experience, your soul comes out with it.
Wow. The Cumentors kiss.
And yeah, well, that's what however, some have said that the Cumentors kiss is one of the most pleasurable experiences of their lives, which has led many thrill seekers to seek the Cumentors out.
Oh, so it's sort of like autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know, who wasn't it you that told me someone died?
Oh my God. I was like, I'm Michael Hutchins from NXS.
That's right. So maybe this is the magic version of that.
That was
like trap a Cumentor, get him to give you the Cumentor's kiss until the last second.
Yeah.
Get out of this.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bella. I keep forgetting
Bella.
you're here.
Don't say that. No, we haven't forgotten.
No, we haven't forgotten.
That's why I'm extra embarrassed about. Yeah, and please, no one, cancel me for reading this.
Yeah.
Or Mike for writing it, but more me.
Well, more Sam.
Yeah. So okay, that's well explained, I guess. And
the camera died. I think we're just going to have to leave the camera for this week.
Wow, so only one Patreon gets to see it, and that is Bella.
Yeah, this is exclusive Patreon content. Sorry, guys. We've been recording for so long, the camera battery
everyone.
just gives out.
I guess, there's a little bit of thing, because in French, I believe, an orgasm is called le petite mort.
Little death.
Which means the little death. And so I guess this is like a little death they're having
And
His
I'll
soul
tell
gets
you
sucked
what,
out.
that makes me pretty excited to die.
And we're going to do it now. So, Mike, die.
Okay.
The Little Death is also a movie starring Josh Lawson. Have you seen it, Bella?
Yeah, that's immediately what I thought of when you said that.
Isn't
yeah.
it a great? It's a great movie.
Great film.
It's
Great film.
And Little Death is also a song by Plus 44, which is the band that Mark Hoppus and Travis Barker from Blink-182 started when Blink-182 broke up in 2003.
Wow.
From their album When Your Heart Stops Beating, their only album.
And we'll plug in some of that song right here.
I'm definitely not. I cannot be bothered.
Oh, here we go. Well, the Cumentors had just sucked out the soul of Carpets Lamington.
Car Parts.
Car Parts Lamington.
I love Terry Fahrenheit.
And Car Parts Lamington. Boxley Washington.
Chalk Washington.
His alter ego. Of Car Parts Lamington, a third-year Ravenclaw who was still smiling from the pleasure explosion.
Wow.
The boys, all of whom were unconscious, didn't see what happened next. A figure running onto the Quidditch pitch, holding up his wand, and then the incantation, Sexpecto Patrocum. Followed.
I mean, it's there.
pretty good.
It's there on a silver platter. Like anyone writing this would have come up with that.
It's really good. Followed by a large explosion from the wand of ghostly cum, which seemed to shine through and force the Cumentors away. ...
Wow.
End of Chappie.
Wow.
Wow. Well,
That
It
was
was-
certainly something.
that was difficult to get through, I'll be honest.
We'll take a look. Do you want to take a look at the next chapter title?
Yeah.
And Bella, do you want to?
Well, yeah, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll come over. Come over, take a look. The camera's off. All right, so the next chapter is called...
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay, Bella, do you even sort of...
Vaguely familiar with the character. Sure.
Don't give anything away. Don't give anything
yeah.
away.
Okay.
It is...
Don't read any of it.
No. It is...
Spoilers.
What would you... Sam, you do the little describer of that.
What I would say that is a what do you call them? Not an original, a
legacy.
character.
There is a legacy character that maybe... Well, I'll say this. That character we assume is definitely... You can sit back down if you want, by the way. Bella
standing awkwardly to the side of you guys.
kept standing next to
That's
me.
okay.
Oh, no, if you
Vaguely
want to
to the
stand
side.
there, stand
No,
there.
I'll be sitting.
I just didn't know if you thought you had to stay there. Feel free
So-
to sit. A character that we assume is dead.
Well, but then at the time of you writing this, did you know
I think
that?
the last... Oh, I don't want to spoil it.
Oh.
Well, no, I
Any
think
predictions?
we did know that.
But that chapter title doesn't. They could be dead in that chapter title.
True. Actually, it almost implies that yes, they are dead.
I don't know.
Well, I think that there's two words in the chapter title. One is the name of the character. The other one is a word that is something maybe you leave behind after death.
Bones.
So it's that's it for this week.
Well,
Well, thanks to special guest Bella. We loved having you here.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Hope you enjoyed this little makeshift live show.
Yeah, this was awesome. You should definitely pay $2,000, guys. Great
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, I think you definitely should. Yeah.
Any thoughts from any of the three of us from that chapter of what?
Yeah, I mean, good to see the Cumentors pop up.
Yeah.
It reminds me of in Futurama. Sorry to make another nerdy pop culture reference, but have you seen that episode? Have you seen any Futurama, Bella?
Yeah.
You know the episode where it's like Death by Snoo Snoo?
Oh my
Yeah.
god, yes.
The Amazonian women
Yes.
who were like these, and like they essentially
They
fuck
just,
you to death.
Yes.
And
yes.
and like they're all like semi excited about it, but also scared. Like that kind of
Yeah,
reminds me
yeah,
of the
yeah.
Commentors. Like
Do you reckon you got this from that?
possibly, quite
'Cause,
possibly.
Yeah, you notoriously lots of the
Steal
plot
from
points are just
cartoons.
from cartoons you've watched.
Yeah. What else? Do you have any thoughts?
Because I liked it because I guess that is a parallel also to in Prisoner of Azkaban.
The Dementors.
The Dementors
come.
do come during a
Yeah.
Quidditch match, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And
Yeah.
and do you
They don't
think who was it that came to save them? Are we assuming that was Cheeseman? Because it didn't say.
You know what? My prediction is it was Monsieur Chargér.
Okay.
Saved them.
Interesting.
I don't know why.
Bella, do you have a prediction?
I mean, I'd like to see Harry come back. Like,
Yeah.
That
I want
ship
him
sailed.
back. No, like in the 11th hour, he comes
Yeah.
back, saves him kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did kind of do that in the last book when he flew in on the Ford Anglia.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
that
was
was fun.
great.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe it's the what's the dragon's name?
I don't think he had a name. It
Didn't
was
he?
just the dragon.
The dragon.
from the first time.
Yeah, maybe it was. Yeah, maybe he's back.
Yeah.
He might. Or
It was a him because remember he had a wife. And
oh yeah.
Well, actually, it could have been a her.
Thank you so much, listeners. Thank you, Bella, for being here.
Cheers, guys.
What an absolute pleasure. Sorry, it was.
Bit
We,
rude.
even knowing we had someone sitting in, we probably did less preparation than ever.
And that's what made it a great episode, which we will end, as we always do, with this. Goodbye, amores!
Oh, Hogwarts.
Oh, the Queen. Oh, America.
Nailed it.
If you want more of me right now, go and listen to 20th Century Boy. It is out every Thursday, but there is a back catalogue of over 200 episodes there for you to listen to. It's really good. I know the guy who does it. He's a great guy. He's really funny. He does this pod. As well as that, patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys. Jump on, support the show. If you get something out of this show every week and you want to give back with just like couple bucks a month, that's less than $1 an episode. There's usually four episodes a month. Like, jump on the Patreon, support us. We'd really appreciate it. Rate the podcast 5 stars on Spotify. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Guys, you know, there's not much more I can say than that. Love ya. This podcast was a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to check out all our other content, stay up to date at radio.mike on Instagram, and get in touch, radiomikepod@gmail.com.